Hello friends, a quick story time. I learned about a new feature slash section of Poshmark that I have never heard of, never heard anyone talk about until I was in this reseller Facebook group. I'll link it down below. I'm not like affiliated or sponsored with them or anything. You guys know I've bought a couple of mystery box from some of these Facebook reseller groups. I always suggest joining them. There's just like a wealth of knowledge in there. There's also some not knowledgeable things that are just people complaining. I just ignore that stuff. That comes with being a part of any group. But one of the girls in the Facebook group was saying that she was so excited that she was finally accepted to Poshmark Enterprise. And I was like, wait a minute, what is she talking about? If you're new here, I've been selling on Poshmark for 6 years. And I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable on most of the features and things that you can do with Poshmark. And then someone will say something and I'm like, I didn't even know that existed. So if you do not know what Poshmark Enterprise is, let me educate you, because I did some deep diving because I just went down a rabbit hole because I was like, what is that? She was basically in the post, she was saying she'd been trying to get into Poshmark Enterprise for a year. She finally got accepted. She's super excited and she feels like this is really going to take her reselling business to the next level. So I was like, well, I need to find out what this is. So let me tell you, if I can find like any screenshots on the screen or find any screenshots online, I'll put it on the screen. But Poshmark Enterprise is a service offered by Poshmark that's designed for large scale resellers, businesses, and brands that want to expand their presence on the platform. It provides tools and features that cater to higher volume sellers, such as, so these are some of the, I'll just quickly bullet point. Bulk listing and inventory management, advanced analytics, so you get insights into sales, performance, customer behavior, and inventory trends. Let us pause right there, because I feel like a smaller, like not large scale, I consider myself a smaller seller in the grand scheme of things. Like this, from what I gather, is geared more towards people who have like thousands of boutique pieces of clothing, huge brands. Think Free People. You all know that Free People, if you don't know, Free People, the brand, has their own closet on Poshmark. Think brands like Free People, Urban Outfitters, like brands that have these brick and mortar stores with millions of pieces to sell. They have access to the insights that we have been asking for on Poshmark for years. So
huge thank you to Vendoo for sponsoring this video. Vendoo is a cross-listing service, you guys, that I have been using for the last couple of months, and I love it. They have 11 different marketplaces. You create one listing and you can push that listing out to eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, Depop. The list goes on. I will leave a link to sign up down below. They currently have a special, you guys. If you use my link, use the code I put down in the description box below, you get 40% off. They have also recently released a new feature that allows you to send offers to multiple different marketplaces. So you literally click a button, you guys, and you can send out offers on eBay, on Poshmark. It's great. It has taken automation in my business to the next level. So I will leave a link to Vendoo down below. Thank you for the sponsor. Let's get back into the video.
So my mind was just blown reading this, because I didn't even know Poshmark had the ability to offer these types of analytics. I've had it for years on eBay since I've started selling there. eBay, you can get really granular with the data, with the analytics. On Poshmark, not so much. It's gotten better over the years, but I was just like shocked when I saw that these bigger sellers get these tools. You get dedicated account support, access to Poshmark representatives for personalized assistance, marketing and promotional tools, enhanced visibility options, and promotional features to drive more sales. That's awesome. Great for the big sellers, right? Integration capabilities, so potential connections with third-party inventory systems for easier business operations. If you're looking to scale your reselling business, Poshmark Enterprise might help operations and boost sales. How awesome is that? I did not even know. That is so wild to me, you guys, that I have been selling on this platform for 6 years and I have not heard a peep. No one has told me about it. I've never heard anyone talk about it until I just happened upon this Facebook post, and the girl was like lady was super excited. From what I understand from her post, she has her own clothing line. So it's not even, I don't even know if boutique sellers would be an option unless it's like the actual boutique. Let me take an example, like the brand, what's a boutique brand a lot of you know, like Pole, P-O-L, or UMG, or Hem and Thread. This would be like for them to have their own Poshmark closet because they have thousands and millions of pieces to sell. So Poshmark Enterprise would be good for them. But the girl that posted in the Facebook post, she is not a huge brand like Free People or a huge boutique brand. She has her own clothing line, and it's huge. I mean, she said she has a couple thousand pieces, but it's her own clothing line. Let's just say like ABC clothing. It's her own clothing line, and she applied that way. I don't know if you're kind of like buying boutique pieces wholesale from like, let's say UMG or Pole. I don't know if you can qualify for enterprise selling those items. Maybe you can, like if you're just buying those things wholesale and you have thousands of pieces, maybe you can. I don't know. I'm going to look into it because a lot of you know that 2024 and now I've been selling more and more boutique pieces. I always get this question when I mention boutique. When I say boutique, this is new clothing that I'm buying at wholesale prices in bulk directly from the brand. I live in a city where a lot of them have their offices, so that's one of, I will like be honest, I've always told you guys, where I live is a great benefit to my reselling business. I have access to a lot of great thrift stores. I have access to a lot of wholesale opportunities because a lot of these companies have offices here, so I can go and make relationships with them and buy directly from them. I save on shipping. So I've been doing that with a lot of boutique brands, picking it up, buying it wholesale, and then selling it. I've been mostly selling them in live sales, but I've also started listing a lot of the stuff, and it's doing pretty well. So I'm gonna dig deeper into this. I'm sure maybe, I don't know. I was gonna say I'm sure some of you have probably heard of this, and if you know more about it, tell us in the comments down below. But I just know since I've had this YouTube channel, no one has ever mentioned Poshmark Enterprise to me, ever. I've never seen it in a comment. I've never even seen it in other reseller videos comments. I feel like it might be like a, not a secret, but it may not be applicable to most of us, right? I don't even know if I would qualify for that based on what I just told you. I don't know if I have, like what I have is enough inventory, but it really is for the people who have a huge, huge volume of items to sell. And it's kind of nice to know that Poshmark has these like analytical capabilities where you can get, like I said, more granular, more detailed with the analytics. I just wish it was offered to the everyday seller like you and I. I consider myself a smaller seller, even though I have about 800 active listings on Poshmark. This I can tell from reading the bullet points. This is for people that have hundreds and thousands. Not even hundreds. I think it's more if you have thousands of pieces of clothing. You know, like I said, like Free People, Urban Outfitters, you know. So I just thought I would share that with you. If you guys have any information on it, let us know in the comments down below that you would want to share. I'd never heard of it. Literally, I was just here setting up my rack for a live sale. Shameless plug. I will leave a link to my upcoming live sales down below. And I was just like on my phone, like reading Facebook posts. And I was like, wait a minute. And then I've been deep diving ever since. So let me know if you know more down below. I feel like I haven't shown you guys on YouTube the storage unit in a while. It's kind of a mess because we are reorganizing. By we, I mean hubby mostly. I'm not really doing much. He's reorganizing it for me. So he's going to be stacking these up and putting them away. But I'm actually here to pick up items for a wholesale order. I have one of my wholesale people. I send her 300 to 500 items a month. So I'm sending her 300 items this weekend. So it's a lot of work, but it's quick cash and it's all stuff from the Goodwill outlet. And I'm totally transparent with her. She knows that. Well, no, that's not true. I would say like 80% of her order is Goodwill outlet and the other 20% are things from pallets that I get from liquidation or things that I thrift that are new with tags. So 80% of her, like 70-80% of it is pre-owned. 30% of it's like new with tags, new without, boutique pieces. So that's going to take up, that'll probably, 300 items will probably take me like under an hour, probably less. I'm really fast with packaging, you guys. When you've been doing this so long, I've been a reseller for coming up on 15 years. you get really fast at some of these things. So I'm here to pick that up. I'm going to put those things in my Hulkin. Some of it I already have at home. And then I am also picking up 15 orders to ship out. And today's Saturday, friends. So I always tell you guys, I ship 6 days a week. And I'm pretty lucky that where I live, I have a couple of post offices that stay open till 5 o'clock on Saturdays. I know that's not the case everywhere. Some of them close at 12, but I have 3 that close at 5 on Saturdays. So it's really nice. And I also have one, I forget what it's called. Is it a distribution center? It's open Sundays. So as long as I drop it off at the back of the garage, they'll ship it out. They'll like scan it and start the shipping process on Sundays. I think that's called a distribution center. So since I have access, oh, it's really loud. Since I have access to shipping 7 days a week, I take advantage of it most days. I usually do take Sundays off. I'm not going to lie. But 6 days a week, most of the weeks, you guys, I am shipping things out. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Just giving you a little update. I guess I could show you some things that sold. I also film like short form videos here. I haven't been posting the short form videos on YouTube as much because they just perform better on TikTok and Instagram, because I feel like those are platforms that, you know, that's where short form content was born. And a lot of it you guys have already seen. So I just filmed a couple short form videos. And I'm going to pick up the items and I'm going to go home and ship them out.